Hi, my name is Raina, and I live in New York. This year I'm heading into 6th grade, and today I'm going to teach you about a very intelligent guy named Abhinavagupta. In my timeline, we're going to start off with when Abhinavagupta was born. Abhinavagupta was born during the time period 940 to 950 AD, and he was raised in Kashmir. Abhinavagupta's mother passed away when he was young, so his father was his essential teacher. When his mother Vimala passed away, that's when Abhinavagupta wanted to learn about spirituality. Abhinavagupta was taught at school and at home to praise Lord Shiva as he grew up. Next in our timeline, we have when Abhinavagupta was a kid. As Abhinavagupta got older, his father taught him many things. For example, his father taught him grammar, logic, literature, and Sanskrit. When Abhinavagupta was young, he understood tough philosophical concepts. Also, his speech was really smooth and graceful. His father taught him hard things at a young age, which paid off when he got older. Next in my timeline, we have when Abhinavagupta got older, so he was a teen. Teachers. Abhinavagupta had 15 to 19 teachers to help him study a variety of different things, since he was very interested in learning new things. For instance, the teachers taught him grammar, logic, Buddhist philosophy, tantric ritual, and a meditative way to art, music, and aesthetics. Next in my timeline, we have when Abhinavagupta got older, so he was an adult. Studies. Abhinavagupta was eager to learn more and more knowledge throughout many years because of his thirst for knowledge. When Abhinavagupta was 30 to 35 years old, he stopped studying. Abhinavagupta did not wander around or do family-related duties. Instead, he spent the rest of his life as a writer and a teacher. Family life. Abhinavagupta chose that he did not want to marry or start a family. All Abhinavagupta wanted to do was to live alone and to be an author. When Abhinavagupta was older, he got the title Acharya for people who worship Lord Shiva. If you don't know what Acharya means master or teacher. Also, he wrote a book called Tantraloka in his early middle age. The Tantraloka is about Kashmir Shaivism. The Tantraloka is 37 chapters long. The chapters are ritualistic and philosophic views on Kashmir Shaivism. The only different chapter is the first, and it contains different ways to teach. Books. These are a few of the books that Abhinavagupta has written throughout many years. I will not be pronouncing them because they are way too hard to pronounce. Hymn. Abhinavagupta wrote many devotional hymns in Sanskrit language. I'm only going to share one of Abhinavagupta's hymns. According to Abhinavagupta.org, the translated version of the hymn is Salutations to Ganesha, the first to be worshipped in all hymns and rituals. As the embodiment of prana, outward breath, he is adored by gods, goddesses, and demons alike. I pray to Ganesha, who is soft in bestowing boons, to let me enter the temple of my own body. Commentary. One of Abhinavagupta's famous commentaries is Abhinavabharati. Abhinavabharati is a commentary based on the dramatic work called Natya Sastra by an author named Bharata Muni. Abhinavabharati is the oldest commentary available on Natya Sastra. The commentary is about Abhinavagupta's theory on rasa. Rasa is an aesthetic savor. Group. Over time, Abhinavagupta had also formed a small group of people who he taught. Most of the people in the group were mostly his family members. One of the first people that Abhinavagupta taught was his own brother Manoratha. Then, his sister's husband Karna joined his group. When Karna passed away, Abhinavagupta's sister Amba decided to worship Lord Shiva too and join Abhinavagupta's group because of Karna. Sadly, next in our timeline we have death. Death. It is said that Abhinavagupta was marching into a cage in Bidwa village in the Gulmarg range with 1,200 disciples, chanting a hymn, and was never to be seen again. Anniversary. On January 4th, 2016, thousands of lights were lit up in honor of Abhinavagupta to celebrate his millennium birth anniversary. To celebrate, they also held many cultural programs across India. They ended the celebration with a national conference in Bangalore on January 6th and 7th, 2017. In the conference, they gathered 300 scholars, strategists, and legal luminaries. During the conference, there were many speeches about different aspects on Abhinavagupta and his works. There is a university in Lucknow, India, named after Abhinavagupta. It is known as Abhinavagupta Institute of Aesthetics and Shaivite Philosophy, wherein Shaivism is taught to the graduate and doctoral students. Quotes. According to thenewyoga.org, these are a few of the quotes that either Abhinavagupta said or from one of his books. Any earnest request to those who are lazy in discerning their self will not bear fruit other than hearing oneself. There are those of unsteady mind who only make a fuss regarding the discernment of the universe. I only bow my head in respect to appease them. This quote means the minds of the people who remain idle will keep wandering and cause their own destruction. Abhinavagupta only shows his respect to those people for their own satisfaction. More quotes. These are a few more quotes from thenewyoga.org. There are dull-witted people who are confused themselves and throw the multitude of creatures into confusion. Having bound them fast with fetters, they bring them under subjection with tall talk of their qualities. Having thus seen creatures who are simply carriers of the burden of gurus and their blind followers, I have prepared a trident of wisdom in order to cut asunder their bondage. Another quote is, I was also thrown into confusion by many who presume to be teachers of truth, by declaring that I am Shiva, but whose tongue had not even contracted the two words that and though. Question. One question that I will be answering is, considering the depth of his work, he should be more popular and well known, but he is not. Why? My answer to this question is, I think that Abhinavagupta is not that popular and well known because not everyone can understand his books, since they are written in Sanskrit language. Also, schools do not teach about Abhinavagupta, so that's why less people know about him. Question. Another question I'll be answering is, what do you think of the impact of his work on the rest of India? My answer to this question is, I think Abhinavagupta's work impacted India in many ways. One way it impacted India is, he might have changed India's perspective on philosophy and Kashmir Shaivism. For example, before Abhinavagupta published his work, the rest of India might have thought of the things that Abhinavagupta wrote about in his books differently. Also, people who didn't know what philosophy was might have gotten interested after reading Abhinavagupta's works. What I said was just a few of the many possibilities that Abhinavagupta's work might have impacted India. There could be way more possibilities, but I had just decided that I wouldn't write them for this presentation. Conclusion. To end off my video, I would like to say that Abhinavagupta was a very notable person in history, and thank you for watching my video. I hope that you learned something new and interesting about Abhinavagupta. Bye!